Hi, it's Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing and hit the alert for future videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is my next giveaway, and the giveaway is for 700 subscribers. And I want to go ahead and tell you what's in the giveaway and how you can win, and a little bit of backstory of why these are so important to me as a budgeter. So in 2009, my husband and I had a lot of consumer debt. We were making good money. He was working a second job. We both felt like, we had steady income so we could take great vacations and we can do these things. And I say we, it really was more me, because he was really not a spender. He's more of a saver. He was the one that, when we looked at a wedding for our daughter as well as for college, we got through those debt-free because we had saved for those things. So he is definitely more of a saver. I'm definitely a spender. I'm very much an impulsive and emotional spender. So I think we make a good pair because we balance each other out, but I don't know if he's going to say the same thing after 34 years. So I kind of looked around for different budgeting tools in 2009, and I came across Dave Ramsey. I don't know where I was because he was everywhere, but I had never really heard about him. I started listening to his podcast. I read his book, The Total Money Makeover, and it was life-changing. Not because I follow every single item in the book to the letter, but there were so many things that I did that he calls out in his book as, this is why you shouldn't do what you're doing, because down the road, this is the consequence. So I felt like it was kind of a window to my future if I kept going down this path. I started listening to his podcast. There are times where I felt like he was looking into my soul, yelling at me because I was making the same stupid financial mistakes that the people that calling into the show were making. So I learned a lot about money. I learned a lot about myself from following him. I was talking about the program with a friend of mine one day, and she was talking about the fact that her husband went back to school, so they were living on just her income. She was stressed all the time. She felt like, they weren't ever going to get ahead, and she was frustrated. And I was telling her about the Dave Ramsey program. I gave her a book, Total Money Makeover, and kind of talked her through how I set up my cash envelopes, how I set up my budget, how I was kind of coming up with my emergency fund, because I couldn't just fund it right away. I had to, come up with some different ideas for that. So we really talked about what my why was, on why I was following the program and how it was working well for me. Years later, she called me up and thanked me profusely for showing her the program and introducing her to it, because they were having a lot of challenges financially, and the only thing that saved them was the fact that she did not have debt. She had a house payment and a car payment, and everything else they had managed to pay off. They had cash flowed his schooling, which nursing school is pretty intensive, and she was really grateful that I had introduced her to the program. So my why on why I did this was I would wake up in the middle of the night and start to think, do we have enough money to pay our bills? I shouldn't have bought that. I would run over all these bad choices in my mind. There's a little meme that says, 3 a.m. is a great time to question all your life choices. And I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would start to get upset, and I would have to get out of bed, go look at, bank account or whatever it was that made me realize that yes, our bills were paid, and yes, we were going to be fine. I mean, it would be close sometimes, but we would kind of squeak through each month. So I didn't want to live like that. I felt like my husband and I both had good incomes. We had steady incomes, and there really was not a reason to worry about money other than the fact that I did not have control of our finances, and he did not want to do the finances. So it was kind of, he was handing them over to me, and that probably wasn't the best choice. So fast forward to 2020 and the pandemic. And if any time in my life proved to me that I was on the right path, it was during this pandemic. So at the end of 2020, my position with my job that I had been at for 26 years was eliminated, and I was asked to interview for another job. And I didn't want that other job, but my first instinct was absolutely, you know, I'm not ready to retire. My house isn't paid off. And I panicked. And I talked to my husband and he said, why are you working? And I said, well, for an income, right? For a paycheck. And he said, you don't have to. You haven't had to for a while. You know, we are fine. And we sat down with a financial planner and he said the same thing. I did not ever stop and look at the totality of what we had been able to accomplish from 2009 to 2020. I was just looking at the day-to-day, you know, one foot in front of the other of how, you know, my life plan was. I would retire at 65 and my house would be paid off and I would enjoy life. So, you know, the why that I started with in 2009 just became crystal clear during this year of so many people losing jobs, so many people, you know, having pay cuts, businesses being shut down. You know, this is why I'm on this journey, so that I can sleep at night and so I can live through and thrive in a situation where life threw me a curve. You know, I never thought for a minute that I wouldn't have to take the job that they were offering me, even though I would not have enjoyed it, until my husband really sat down and laid it all out for me, which thank God he's a saver and he's a planner, because, you know, I was really fixated on this is a change that I did not plan for. So what is in the bundle? So these are my favorite budgeting tools that I hope you would find helpful to you. So first and foremost is the book, The Total Money Makeover. You can read it with a grain of salt. You can read it as the Bible of all budgeting. I think people have a lot of different opinions of Dave Ramsey. What I like about it, it makes sense. It's a good plan to follow. You need to adjust your plan for your life, your station, your time in life, your family situation, everything. I do 99% of this program. The 1% I don't is I do have a credit card that I pay off every month because I don't like to use my debit card online. It's been compromised way too many times. So, Total Money Makeover. A notebook, because I have found if I don't write it out, I forget things. If I don't know that in April my HOA is due and I've written it out and I know it, I see it, I'll forget it. So this is a quote from Glennon Doyle from the book Untamed, and you can do hard things. Budgeting is hard. Changing behavior is hard. You know, telling people no, I can't do this. Telling your children no is really hard. It's worth it in the end. And you can do it. You can do hard things. So I love this quote because I think it completely explains budgeting and my feelings on it. A set of laminated cash envelopes, and you pick out which one you want from the shop. 2 erasable pens, because I do not write anything in any of my planners, budget books, anything like that cannot be erased, because a budget will change 3 or 4 times before I actually roll it out. And I just want to be able to erase it, make it clean and functional. And then 1 budget kit. So is a budget kit necessary? No, it's not. But I do find that when things are pretty or I like the way it looks, I'm more likely to look at it and use it. So when my daughter and I were talking about a passion project and what we wanted to do, she has a lot of artwork, you know, Procreate, things like that. And I said, my passion is budgeting. And I was making budget kits for myself, and I was making cash envelopes for myself and my friends. So we kind of merged the two and created Pretty Productive. One of the things I love about the shop is I get to interact with a lot of you. A lot of you that watch my videos, go over to the shop. You know, I feel like it's something that I love doing and I enjoy doing, and it's not something that I'm planning to make a living off of. I do it because I enjoy it, and I feel like I'm helping people to make their budgets personalized for them and to give them that motivation to keep trying. So that is why we started our shop like a year and a half ago, and why I continue the shop. All you need to do to enter the giveaway is to put a comment down below on what is your why. What is your why for getting out of debt? What is your why for staying on a budget? You know, we all have a very personal why of why we do what we do, and I would love to hear them. The first bundle giveaway was at 500 subscribers. You may have written a comment on that. We will go back to that video and look at those comments and put you into the drawing. If you have not put one on that one, or you'd like to put a new fresh why down, please comment down below on this video. I'm gonna leave the giveaway open for 5 days, and I will then pick a winner. It'll be a randomly generated, there's a program on the computer, you can put all the subscribers and comments in, and it will pick a winner. So I want it to be super fair, and then I'll reach out to you, let you know that you won, and post it on my channel, and then decide which kits you want and which envelopes you want, and get it in the mail to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all are winners, and you can, you know, put your why down, and we can have a great conversation within the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.